Good morning. It is the 23rd of December, 23rd day of Flossmas, and it's what we call in Newfoundland Tibbs Eve. It's the day before Christmas Eve. It is beautiful out. The sun is out. It is frosty and cold. The ground is covered with snow. Actually, I think you might be able to see the ocean through the trees there, now the leaves are all gone on my trees. These big, huge trees in my backyard, those are maples as well, by the way. I've had people ask me if I tap those for syrup, and I don't. I could. Those trees are quite mature. I wouldn't have any trouble getting, like that tree, I don't even know how big that is. Like it's way high, way higher than my house. My deck is actually on the upper level of my house. So I don't even know how tall that is. But I don't tap them. Maybe making maple syrup is quite a lengthy endeavor. You need an awful lot of sap to get a very small amount of syrup once it's been boiled down and sugared. Anywho, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to get a coffee and do a bit of stitching before my daughter and I go into town to run a few errands. Well, good evening. I am freshly showered and tired. My daughter and I left this morning to go out to pick up, a couple of last minute things I needed to get, and what should have been maybe a couple of hours out running around in the car turned into like 6.5, 7 hours of being out of the house. Like I left here at 10 o'clock this morning and I crawled back in the driveway at like 20 after 4 or something this afternoon. It was tiring. I think taking her with me slowed me down. Don't get me wrong, we had a great day though. We got hit all the spots that I wanted to hit. We picked up all the things I needed to get. We stopped and had a bite for lunch together. But it was just a steady, steady day. So I'm now home. I've had a bite to eat. I've had my shower. I got a load of laundry in the dryer. And I'm going to stitch a little while before she gets home. She's at her boyfriend's for a little while. When she gets back, we're going to do some wrapping later and watch, oh my gosh, White Christmas, which I watch every year. Like there's a couple of movies that I watch every single year. I watch White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye. I watch A Christmas Carol, the really old black and white one with Alistair Sim. I watch that every single Christmas Eve. So we will be watching that this Christmas Eve at my mother's house. I've been watching that every Christmas Eve since I was a really little kid, and my kids have grown up watching it every Christmas Eve. We also watch Christmas Vacation. That's like my husband's favorite, so we watch that every year. Sometimes we watch it on Christmas Eve, and sometimes we watch it on Christmas Day, like that morning after the gifts have all been opened. And, we're sitting around waiting for the turkey to cook and going through our presents and stuff. Sometimes we'll watch it then. So I watch Christmas Vacation every year. And then typically Christmas night or Boxing Day, I watch like the Die Hard movies. Yeah, it's just become a thing. So those are my go-tos every year, like the ones that I absolutely watch every Christmas.
Sometimes I also watch, I don't know if funnier movies is the right term, but I'll watch like Christmas with the Cranks or something like that. But those other movies that I just mentioned, those are my go-tos every year. So what movies do you watch every year? Or are there movies that you watch every year? Um, yeah, just one of those little Christmas traditions, I guess, that has developed for us over the years. So I'm going to stitch a little bit and maybe I'll record a little bit of our gift wrapping later, see how much we can get done because I really don't want to have to do any gift wrapping when I get to my mother's tomorrow.